The NRL has officially released the draw for 2024. I'm going to be making a few different videos on the 2024 draw, but in this video, we're going to be breaking down the Parramatta Eel draw in 2024. Let's have a look at the draw.
To entertain house.
Guys, I will be honest, there are a couple of games that I do know about. I do know about, obviously, the round one clash. I know about the Darwin game being against the Dolphins. I know that Magic Round is rumoured we are facing the Melbourne Storm, and I do know the Dragons game later in the year. But besides that, a little bit of a blind video, but let's talk about the draw. Obviously, it was a terrible draw this season in 2023, and obviously led to, missing the top 8, but there was a lot of different reasons behind that, but part of it being the draw. So let's see if it's better. Round number 1, our season starts on the 9th of March, Saturday, 5:30, against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs at home. Remember, we opened the season against the Bulldogs a few years ago. I think it was 2020. We ended up winning that game 8 points to 2. Round 2, we face the Penrith Panthers. Battle of the West in round 2 comes early on the 15th of March on a Friday night at Penrith Stadium. That should be a good game of footy. Round number 3, on the 24th of March, we're facing at CommBank back at home, Sunday, 4 o'clock. It's the Manly Seagull. We always struggle against Manly, Sunday games, so that's a real danger one, that one. We seem to win against them on a Friday or Saturday, but not on the Sunday game. Then you've got the annual Easter Monday clash at CommBank Stadium. It returns to CommBank for the Easter Monday on the 1st of April at 4 p.m. It is the Eels taking on the West Tigers. And then we've got the Canberra Raiders, an away game against the Raiders at GIO Stadium. This is a Sunday 6 p.m. game. It's a terrible time slot, in my opinion, there. I probably won't be able to get to that one. I don't like that time slot there, NRL. Round number 5, 7th of April, Parramatta Eel versus the Canberra Raiders. Then we've got the North Queensland Cowboys at home. A few players missing for the Cowboys this year. I think it was during Origin play, so it'll be good to see. Hopefully this one before that Origin period strike. This is a Saturday 5:30 game. And then the game that I have mentioned as well, we take on the Dolphins. They're looking really good coming into this season. They've got some really good recruit, and we played a very entertaining game against them this year. So this should be a really good game over there in Darwin, Friday night, 19th of April at 8 p.m. Then in round number 8, we take on the Manly Seagulls once again. So within 5 or 6 weeks there, we take on Manly twice. This time it's at Four Pines Park, Manly at Brookie. They're always tough to beat, aren't they? Then we head into the bye. That game's on Friday, 8 p.m. as well. So a couple of Friday, 8 p.m. game. I'm not seeing any Saturday games yet, which is what I want to see. Then we've got the bye in round number 9 as we start to head in. No, it's a little bit early, actually, for Origin period. Round number 10, we've got a very tough opponent. The runners-up, almost the minor premiers, the Brisbane Broncos. They are at CommBank Stadium, Friday, 8 p.m. once again, on the 10th of May. Round number 11, I'm really hoping I can be at Magic Round. Obviously, I need to check a few things before, but really hoping to be a part of Magic Round in 2024. And we're taking on the Melbourne Storm, and I want revenge for 2019, that massive scoreline. But Melbourne Storm is our opponent in round number 11 there, and it's the Sunday 4 o'clock game. Nice little time slot as well. Probably would have preferred a night game, but I'll take a Sunday 4 o'clock. That's pretty good at Suncorp Stadium. Now, it's to be confirmed on round 12, Saturday 7:30, so a great time slot against the South Sydney Rabbitohs home game, an Eels away game. We beat them this year for Indigenous round. We have not had a good record against them in recent years, so this will be a really, really good clash because Rabbitohs will really want to bounce back this season. Then you've got the Cronulla Sharks. We always play some great games against the Cronulla Sharks, so I want to beat this one. Thursday, the 30th of May, 7:50. Not too bad of a time slot there. You won't get too big of a crowd, but you've got to have that as a Saturday game, in my opinion. But yeah, we take on the Sharks there in round number 13. Then it's the King's birthday. It is Monday, the 10th of June at 4 p.m. It is become our annual clash with our rivals, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. We meet them in round 1, and then it's a 3-month wait to rematch them there in June. Next up, we've got the Sydney Roosters. Now, Sydney Roosters obviously look like they've got a really strong side coming into the year. We'll see whether it's all hype or whether they're the real deal. If they are the real deal, this could be a really good game against the Sydney Roosters. It is a Saturday 7:30, so I love that time slot. Getting a Saturday night game is fantastic to see on the 15th of June there. And then round number 16, we have our second bye for the year. So round 9 and round 16 are byes thus far. Round number 17, we head to McDonald Jones Stadium at Saturday 5:30. So a really nice time slot there. Round number 17 on the 29th of June, taking on the Newcastle Knights in an away game there. And then on the 4th of July, we host the South Sydney Rabbitoh. This will be really, really good to host the Rabbitoh on the 4th of July at home. And yeah, it should be a great game there. Then I do want to make the trip to Seabus. I did make the trip last year in 2022. I would love to go back there. I'm already starting to look at potentially going to this game Saturday the 13th of July at 5:30. So it's not the night game, which means I'll have to work around and probably get the day off rather than work and then fly out. It is against the Gold Coast Titans. Bring it on, BKR. Bring it on, AJ Ellis. Bring it on, Clarkey, against the Gold Coast Titans there on the 13th of July. Then we head into the bye. So our final bye of the year is not at the end of the season, but we know we got the bye around the 3-quarter mark, and then we got a run of 6 straight games. So that's not too bad there. Then we're hosting, so the Storm look to be the home team at Magic Ground, and we will host the Melbourne Storm on the 26th of July, Friday, 8 p.m. You'll get a big crowd probably to this game here. CommBank Stadium, Eels taking on the Melbourne Storm. Next is a big trip. I'm probably not going to do this one, guys, unfortunately. One day, maybe, but next year, probably not that year. At Go Media Stadium, it is the Warriors in New Zealand hosting the Eels. I have wanted this clash for a long time. I've actually really wanted the Warriors to host us, much like I've wanted the Warriors to host the Storm for an Anzac clash, but unfortunately that has not happened. But yeah, the 2nd of August for this one. Then you've got another Battle of the West. It is round 23 on the 9th of August at 8 p.m. It is the Penrith Panthers heading to CommBank Stadium to play the Parramatta Eels. Obviously, we've seen some great clashes between Panthers and Eel, so this could be another one for the history books. And then we have a few away trips towards the end of the season here, actually. The more I look at it, it's a tough draw towards the end, coming into that last stretch of games, actually. It really is. Round 24 on the 16th of August, Friday, 8 p.m. So there's not too many from the looks of it. Saturday, 5:30, 7:30 games again, which is a little bit disappointing. Or even, Sunday, 2 o'clock would be cool. But, yeah, we got the Roosters there at Allianz Stadium. So we took on the Roosters at Allianz this season, and this will be our second time heading there. Then we've got the Broncos at Suncorp. Obviously not at the Gabba anymore with the Women's World Cup over. The Broncos have their home stadium back, and they will host us for a Friday 8 p.m. game on the 23rd of August. Round 26, it's a long wait to play the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Round number 26 on the 31st of August. Saturday at 3 p.m. So it's a nice time for families. It'll probably be a family day. Bring it on, Em. We love this game. Parramatta Eels taking on the Dragons. And obviously last year, I don't know if he'll come this year, but my uncle got to attend this game as well. So this is a really nice... I like that it's later in the year, because I think it actually means that the people I know can go. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong about that. And then the season ends in round 27 with a stadium I've actually never been to. Now, the only thing that annoys me is that Rabbitohs and Roosters is straight after this game, and I love going to those games. But I probably will be at this game Friday, 6 p.m. at Campbelltown Stadium, where the West Tigers will host the Parramatta Eel. So look, if I'm looking at this draw, I think it's fairly good. I think there's a great run of home games, home advantage to start the season. As we start to head, though, into about round number 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of about 10 games there are actually away games. So that makes it really, really tough, heading to other teams' venue to play other teams. But for the most part, guys, there's some fantastic games. There's some great trips for Parramatta, over to New Zealand. Taking the Dolphins to TIO Stadium could be really interesting. We've taken the Cowboys there. We've taken the Broncos, the Raiders. So it's kind of cool to see something different there. As I said, a little bit disappointed with that Sunday 6 o'clock game during daylight savings at Canberra. But I do understand playing them earlier in the year might be a bit of an advantage. It might not be as cold there in Canberra. But yeah, it's a really nice draw for 2024. I like it. I think it's a tough stretch in the back half of the year, but there is definitely some winnable games there, in my opinion, for at least the first, say, up to round 10. Most of those games right now look fairly winnable. So what do you guys think as Parramatta fans of the 2024 draw? Are you disappointed? Are you impressed? Which trip will you be going to? Obviously for me, I'd love to do Magic Round and the Seabus Super Stadium trip. We'll wait and see how the season pans out. I will be making some separate videos on this, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys later.